Okay, just stand by. I'll just record it. Ayun. So, today we would be discussing about the first would be about the dealings of the crisis management policies during crisis. Ayan. So, when we say crisis, high risk, high level of tension, high level of uncertainty, na kung saan dinidisrupt niya yung normal proceedings ng society or normal proceedings ng isang organization, commonly the government. Yan. So, itong incident command system na document na sinishare ko sa inyo is from the National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council, which from one of the videos I shared sa inyo sa Unit B, the NDRRMC is not a big agency. It is just a management council under the Office of Civil Defense na isang agency ng Department of National Defense, which itong field operations guide na ito is primarily tasked on incidents or crises which are natural disasters. Yan. So, it also includes those guidelines on how to create and formulate a successful incident command system. Ito incident command system kasi sa Pilipinas was patterned from the United States. Yan. Specifically, the FEMA or yung Federal Emergency Management Authority ng US, doon sa amin sa US. So, here it goes. Yan, Field Operations Guide. Kasi one of your final requirements as a group is to create your own ICS, Field Operations Structure. Yan. Okay? So, short overview lang. I will just summarize this. Yung ICS system natin, especially when it is for natural disasters or yung mga providential disasters, ginawa yan siya in order for the Philippine government, in general, the Filipino people, to have a systematic approach before, during, and after such events, such as disasters or yung mga localized lang na mga incidents, which is a natural calamity, yung acts of God. Okay? So, it encompasses or sakop nito lahat ng facets or lahat ng phases. Okay? Whether it is planning stages, whether it is sa response stages, and after the incident. Anong ginagawa ng mga government agencies na naatasan sa kani-kanilang mga mandates before, during, and after such crisis. Okay? So, merong mga management characteristics na nakikita nyo dyan. I will just highlight some of it. First is common terminology. Ayan. I'll give you a situation yan. Ang PNP may ibang terminologies or jargons na ginagamit sa kanilang operations when you compare sa kasundaluhan, sa AFP. Iba ang jargons nila or terminologies na ginagamit when they would operate even during those HADR na mga operations or humanitarian assistance and disaster response na mga operations. So, obviously, magkakaiba rin yung terminology kung ibutang nato sa principles ng mga local disaster responders. Lahi pod, somehow, ang jargons or mga terminologies na ginagamit sa mga personnel ng BFP. So, itong ICS would somehow limit those jargons or terminologies na mahimong confusing para sa mga laing responders during disasters. For example, ang PNP, they follow the APCO 10 codes. Yan, yung mga 10.4 nila, 10.20, yan, 10.1 hanggang 10.99 na mga codes, which refers to different methods of operation. Pero kung ipasabot na nimo sa taga BFP or even sa taga Coast Guard or sa mga taga local rescuers, di sila kasabot ana commonly. Because there are jargon sa PNP na hindi ginagamit sa iba. So, with the ICS, it enables Philippine agencies such as the PNP and other responding agencies at disasters to have that common terminology that everyone would understand. Sunod is the chain of command. Ayan. During incidents, may mga natural disasters na biglaan lang darating, such as earthquakes or yung mga volcanic eruptions. So, kailangan talaga or gikinahanglan na ay ready na structure na anytime pwede mag-activate at mag-mobilize ng personnel o resources during that certain disaster. Kinahanglan, ang chain of command na ma-activate ana would be appropriate sa mahimong disaster or sa disaster na nahitabo. Okay? And also unity of command. Kung ma-remember pa ninyo sa CRI 213 ninyo sa law enforcement agency na subject ninyo, when we say unity of command, ang perception ana is from the subordinate side. Kung asa, different offices sa isa ka organization would report to a single commander. For example, yung mga pinakita kong organizational charts, yung mga charts, di ba? Nakita nyo ba yon? Kitaan ba ninyo itong mga pictures na akong i-share sa LMS?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mao nang example, kanang mga organizational structures ana nila is an example of, actually, that's part of the chain of command and unity of command combined. Yan. Kung saan ang magiging final output is that ang mga supervisors o mga responders o yung mga subordinates mismo, makasabot sila sa span of control na kung asa maura na ang limit sa maong supervisor, and at the same time, yung unity of command, malalaman ng subordinate kung asan sila pupunta, saan sila mag-re-report. Okay? So, I'll show you one example. Yan, yung medyo madali maintindihan. Okay? Ayan. Such as that. Ayan, that is if you are kanang taga Region 13 mo, Surigao del Sur, Surigao del Norte, Agusan Sur, Agusan Norte, including Dinagat Island Province, they are under the Police Regional Office 13 o yung PRO Caraga. Okay? Yan nakikita niyong organizational structure is the existing organizational structure ng Police Regional Office 13. Similar to an incident chain of command or a crisis chain of command. Pinapakita ito even to each office. Ayan, kung sino yung hepe, sino yung mga executive officers, sino yung mga leaders or heads ng mga different offices and subunits. Ayan. Kung ikaw ay normal or regular na officer ng PNP, yan, or PNP personnel, kung makita nimo ni, mas masabtan nimo kung asa ba ka na-assigned, asa ba ang proper office for this kind of emergency or situation. Na, as you can see from that example, yan, every regional office ng PNP is headed by a regional director. During natural disasters such as kanang bagyo or even other kinds of crisis such as terrorism, kaning si regional director sa PNP would be the head or yung mismo na mamumuno sa Crisis Management Committee ng PNP within that region. So, iyang sakop ang tibok Region 13, for example. Region 11, lahi pod. Region 12, ARMM, lahi. Because they have their own span of control. Ayan. Okay? So, that is actually yung organizational chart. Yan yung chain of command. At lahat ng mga subunits or mga departments or mga offices under PRO 13 would report sa mga command authorities within Region 13 or PRO 13. For example, ang regional director na adjun na siya ay duha ka deputies, which ang isa is for operations. The next is yung second in command, si Deputy Director for Administration or yung DRDA na tinatawag. Sila, together with the regional chief ng regional directorial staff, silang apat ang magsisilbing Big Four or yung command authority for that region for PNP units and personnel. Na kung asa, tanang mga offices would report to them. Okay? So, similar din sa incident command system. For example, BFP, Bureau of Fire Protection. Katong mga responders or personnel sa BFP, they would report to each of their field supervisors. At yung mga field supervisors nila, magre-report sa mga assigned deputy chiefs nila. And every one of them would report also to their own regional director. Yan. Back to this example na nakikita ninyo. Yan. Sa isa ka region man good sa PNP, if you're not yet familiar with it, na ay different regional directorates or regional offices under the PRO. Okay? Yan. Ang naman ni mga codes man good sa ila or kanang internal jargon sa PNP, like for example, Regional Intelligence Division or yung RID. This one, kung asan yung mouse cursor ko. That is in terms sa kanilang jargons, that's what we also termed as R2, Regional Intelligence. Kung saan lahat ng information with regards to every police operation, whether it's special police operation or yung regular law enforcement operation, napupunta sa kanila lahat. And those information will be processed in order to become intelligence. Dito naman sa R4, yan, Regional Logistics and Research Development Division. Meron din ganyan sa BFP, meron din ganyan sa AFP at sa BGMP or even lahat ng law enforcement agencies. May logistics, research and development na opisina. Na kung nga sa ilahang purpose and mandate nila is to conduct research and development na related sa operation ng kanilang mga kabaro. And at the same time, logistics. When we say logistics, movement of personnel and goods safely, efficiently, and correctly. Kana. So, during a crisis or an incident, sabihin natin, nagkaroon ng natural disaster, natamaan ng bagyo ang Region 13. Unsay trabaho ani sa RLRDD? Their job is to ensure na lahat ng mga PNP personnel would be able to respond during those calamities, assist the local chief executives or yung mga LGUs sa kanilang mga evacuation or mga disaster plans nila. At the same time, maintain peace and order. Ibasig mahitabo tong nahitabo sa Yolanda, kung asa, pag humans bagyo, ang mga surviving na mga tindahan or malls or mga palengke na nagsira, naglooting itong mga survivors. Tungod kay wa na sila pagkaon. So in order to still maintain peace and order and public safety, kinahanglan ang mga equipment sa kapulisan or kung unsa ba ang kinahanglan nila na i-transport safely trabaho ng isang department or ng isang office. Okay? So, yan yung concept sa PNP. Ayan. Controllership, kwarta na. Mao ng regional finance. Okay? At the same time, meron ding mga headquarter support group. Unsa ng headquarter support? Unsay trabaho nila sa PNP? Sila ang PSG or part sa PSG ng kampo. Na they would be the one to support all operations within the headquarters. Yan, Region 11, Region 12, lahat ng regional offices meron yan. Okay? So, yan na. Back to the ICS Field Operational Guide. Yan, na-explain ko na yan ha. Chain of command, unity of command, pati yung manageable span of control, including common terminology use. Okay? Sunod. Incident action planning. Before mahitabo ang isa ka incident or crisis sa isa ka lugar, ikinahanglan na naay dedicated team who will do research on what are the possible threats sa isa ka lugar na kung asa sila assigned. For example, sa Davao City, yan. Ang City Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office or yung CDRMO, shortly that is Central 911, meron silang opisina na kung saan they will do research and assessment kung asa sa Davao City ang mga lugar na commonly na ay threat sa pagbaha, which could damage property or endanger life. So kana gina-identify na ng mga lugar na kasagaran ginaagian sa baha or kanang mga lugar pod na ay threat or gapatong sa mga ginatawag na tectonic or yung kanang mga fault lines. Okay? So nadyo'y opisina na naga-identify kung asa musubay ang fault line. At the same time, they would identify which properties are within that danger zone. Ayan. Kung sa iba, for example, sa ARMM, asa dira sa Maguindanao, for example, ang mga barangay or mga sityo or purok na kung asa na ay high threat sa mga rebels or mga terrorists. Ayan. Sa PNP, may office din sila niyan. Sa mga local disaster risk reduction management offices, meron yan. So, their job is really to plan or create a plan, specifically an action plan, before that threat would emerge or even before i-implement nilang plano. Okay? Next, incident facilities and locations. Itong trabaho na ito under management ng crisis or crisis management, it identifies kung saan yung mga opisina ng gobyerno na involved sa incident or crisis response, saan ba sila nakalocate, and if during natural disasters, meron bang evacuation facilities na predetermined ang local government when storms or floods would occur? Diba? Kinsabay taga Surigao del Sur, taga SDS. Kinsay taga Surigao del Sur. Kanang dool sa Baybay na aba. Nabay na sa Surigao del Sur karon. Hello? Anyone?
Sir. Ako, sir.
Asa man sa inyo ha?
Surigao, sir, sa Tandag.
Okay, Tandag. So, let me just check for a while kung ano yung information na makuha ko sa lugar ninyo. Yan. Because somehow we as criminology professionals have that sort of understanding kung paano dapat magre-responde, especially yung mga law enforcers during natural calamities. Yan. So, let me just check that for a while. Yan. So, medyo bababa lang muna ako nitong slide. Ayan. Okay. So, ayan. Kita mo ba? Can you see what's on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yan. So, yan yung buong limits or city. Actually, that's city limits ng City of Tandag. Yan. Let's zoom in. Ayan. So, ang characteristic ng syudad ninyo, especially in this part, yan. Just northeast of the airport. Yung majority sa population is nasa baybay. Which, ang common na threat, especially in terms of natural disaster sa inyo, is from storms. Yan, or tropical thunderstorms na nanggagaling dito sa Pacific Ocean. Yan. Diri man jud na kasagaran mo buo or kanang magbuo ang bagyo in this area. Yan. And of course, commonly, it would hit these places kana Hinatuan, Bislig, na Lingig, na. But also there are instances na kung saan matatamaan din yung mga area sa north. Of course, unang tatamaan ng bagyo are those coastal areas or coastal barangays in which dapat lahat ng barangay, lahat ng kanilang mga barangay disaster management councils, they must identify kung sino yung threat or kung ano yung threat. 'Di ba? Bye-bye mo. So ang threat ninyo ang pagsaka sa tubig. Na. Okay? So in incident command system, they must identify what are the threats and how to act upon those threats. And also, identify facilities na mako-consider na safe havens o yung evacuation centers which are far from the threat area. 'Di ba? Kung ikaw part sa disaster planning sa inyong community and ang inyong threat commonly is bagyo, alangan mag-designate ka og evacuation center na dool sa baybay. Or mag-designate ka og evacuation center na bahaonon. That's not how to do it, okay? So, back to the document. Ayan. So, ICS organization and operations. So, itong ICS will start from the very top. You need people who would decide o yung magbibigay ng judgment calls sa kung ano dapat ang gagawin during certain incidents or disasters. Yan. You need people who would understand yung tinatawag na C3. Yan. C3. Ano yung C3? Sana mas bago na version sa C2 na drink? Na sana kung ang C2 green tea ba, ang C3 ba kay sana iced tea na na? Na when we say C3 sa incident command system, it refers to command, control, and communications, which is very important para sa mga decision makers such as yung municipal mayor or even the president to have an understanding of what the threat is and to disseminate his or her orders to those responders na nasa baba. Yan. Sa ICS, there are 5 functional areas, namely, yun, command. Actually, it should be command and control. Yan. paano mo makokontrol ang responders kung wala kang control measures? Okay? Next, operations. You need people who would monitor the movement of every personnel and movement ng mga civilians or itong mga bakwet. Yan. Before the actual threat would occur, immense planning. Really, immense planning. Kung asa sa planning phase, involved ang pag-consider sa mga different logistical problems. For example, logistical problems. What if ang syudad sa Tandag agian og bagyo? Directly hit. Yan. God forbid it would happen, but what if directly hit ang Tandag? Unsaon pagpadala sa national government sa mga relief goods or mga additional responders sa inyong lugar. Kana. So, yun, kinsa ito ganina si Ortiz. Inyong airport ba functional?
Oo, sir.
Nabay mga flights na nag-aagi dira?
Karon sir kay wala na. Pero kanang mga private good like kanang magpadalag mga relief goods first katong nagbagyo if nagaano siya.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good operational ang Tandag Airport. But what if merong instance, yan, let me just change it, na ang Tandag Airport is not functional. Ayan. Worst case scenario, di magamit ang Tandag Airport kay na ay mga sunoy na nagpila pod sa airport, nagpatunga. Or na ay mga iro, di ba? So, what if this airport is not functional? Na, saan na lang na, how would people receive relief goods? How would the government send additional responders and help to that area kung dili functional ang primary airport, 'di ba? Kung 'di ba kung magbagyo, delikado jud ang land travel, especially sa mga areas na bukiron. So they would really opt or choose to use the airport. Pero paano pag wala 'yan? How would the national government respond to crisis or threats or disasters sa Tandag, for example? 'Di ba? So yan ay kasali sa logistical problems na kino-consider ng mga planners sa incident command system. That's part of logistics. How would we transport personnel and goods to that area safely and secured while overcoming those difficulties? Yan. Sunod, finance and administration. Of course, kinahanglan budget. My God, you need budget. And sadly, ang mga lugar na hindi ganon kalaki yung ambag sa national budget, yung kakaunti lang yung mga negosyo, would have the smaller portion of that budget. Bigger cities would have bigger budgets. Smaller towns would have smaller budgets. Yan. That's one reality that we have to face, and somehow it needs to be corrected at some point. Pero sa incident management, kinakailangan na may ready na budget ang bawat local government in times of disasters. Kaya may ginatawag na calamity fund. Okay? Every local government unit has that. City, municipal, o provincial level na ay calamity fund. Na kanang calamity fund, according sa batas, would only be used upon the recommendation ng local chief executive following the order from the national government at ina-approve ng local council. Kana. So kung ma-approve na sa local council o na ay declaration ng state of calamity or state of national emergency. So ipagawas ng calamity fund na Kay malipay man ang mga mangitag talay ana, calamity fund, uy na ay budget ana, kawaton, presumably, 'di ba? Yan yung naging problema sa Yolanda, 'di ba? There were issues about some officials having taken into their pockets those precious money which were donations from different countries around the world. Yan. Kaya ngayon, mas stricto ang measures niyang sa calamity fund na mas nililimitahan yung powers para mag-release niyan. And the reason is, yung calamity fund is for calamities, whether it is man-made, whether it's man-made or natural calamities. Yan. May specific na elements para ma-release ang budget na yan. At yung budget na yan, para lamang sa calamity response, di ba? For example, wipe out ni, gikan tandag hangtod sa, ingnon nato hangtod sa lingig. Wipe out. Especially ang mga coastal areas. God forbid, ma-wipe out. Paano sila makakabangon yung mga tao? Di ba? So you need to have better finance and administration of those budget. Yan. Okay? That's part of the 5 major functional areas ng ICS or Incident Command System. Okay? Back to the document. Yan. Okay, so first, let's discuss about command o yung actually C2 pa lang yan eh. Command and control. Pag complete ng ICS structure, nagiging C3 na ito. Yan. Kasi may communications ka ng maibababa. Yan. Command position can be a single incident commander or yung UC pag malakihan yung operation. Unified commander. Yan. At si unified commander, kailangan niya ng command staff. Kung sa military jargon pa na, yung battle staff. Na kinahanglan ni mo vice chairman or deputy commanders. You need a public information officer. That's very important. Safety officer. They always select engineers kasi, especially sa natural disasters. Kanang mga structural or industrial and safety engineers. Mao nang ilang gina-designate ng SOFR. And of course, liaison officers. What if na ay isa ka natural disaster which requires a national response? So kinakailangan ng isang officer or a set of officers who would communicate with other government and non-government agencies para tumulong during natural disasters. For short, sila yung may mga contact. Okay? Any question before we proceed? May pangutana?
None so far, sir.
Tong uban, basin maulaw ra mo ba? Nako. Let's proceed. Sige. Okay, part ng command structure, yung general staff, yan. Of course, for every section, you have a section chief. At yung section chief, meron naman din yan siyang mga subordinates niya. Yan. Planning, logistics, administration, communications, and such. Yan. So, part ng general staff, yung mga ganitong functions. Yan. Operations, which you have a operations deputy chief, yan, or operations director, which is responsible for all operations directly applicable to the primary mission of the response. Sabihin natin, natural disaster, bagyo. So, meron tayong operations chief. Yan. Or operations section chief. Next, planning. Magaling magplano. Na, for example, nagplano mo na muadtog Davao. 'Di ba? Kung gikan mo province kay ingon na daw, oy, pwede na daw muadtog Davao, kaon daw tag unsa. kaon daw tagtahop na. So nagplano na mo, nagdrawing na mo sa inyong plano, o diri ka mo sulod ha, o sakay kag bus na. And then yung planning stage, you need to prepare. And importante yung preparation, di ba? There was this saying na it's not planning makes perfect. Like, pag na, planning is winning. Ayan, planning is winning. You plan to win. So sa isang incident, your job is to at least save lives and properties, minimize damage, or negate or walang casualty. So sa planning, you need to really put that in mind. I-evaluate nyo kung ano yung information about this threat. Ingnon na to ang bagyong Apollo na padulong na sa Pilipinas, nasa Philippine Sea. Ingnon na to. Na. So before pa lang mo duol ang bagyo, even if it is very far from the Philippines, planning is important. And all of those should be documented. Kayang may tabo man god, after ma-finalize ang plan, you will disseminate it to the responders, to those tactical elements. Kasi lahat ng yan magiging tactical information. Ingnon na to, na, ang responder, diri mo na barangay, the other responders, diri mo magpondo sa another barangay. Yung mga ginawa nila is a course of action. When we say course of action, it is termed tactical action. Yan, or tactics. So, kailangan ma-disseminate rin sa mga magpapatupad ng plano. Yung plano, 'di ba? For example, nagplano mo na mag-inom. Nyawa kabalo ang imong mga kauban. Asa mo padulong? Oy, asa ba ng secret spot? Asa ba ng unsa? Asa ba ng Nara? 'Di ba? So, yung plano, magiging drawing lang 'yan pag hindi mo ginawa you don't really implement it, at magiging drawing lang ang plano pag hindi mo na-disseminate sa mga taong kinakailangan sa operation na 'yan, 'di ba? Okay. Next, logistics, responsible for providing facilities, services, and materials for the incident response. Ayan. So, kinakailangan ng responders ng equipment. Na, for example, kailangan nila naturo ba sa inyo sa arson na subject, kanang Jaws of Life? Was it taught sa inyo, ha? Jaws of Life.
Wala pa, sir.
Pakita na po na. Anyway, Jaws of Life, mao nang mga ginagamit sa rescuers, specifically ng BFP, para kanang mga hydraulic cutters, kanang mga equipment nila na ginagamit para ma-release or ma-rescue ang mga trapped individuals or even animals sa mga structures na nag-collapse or kanang nalumping or naguba. Mga hydraulic cutters, kanang mga chainsaw, ayan, that's part of those equipment. And the question is, paano yung equipment mapupunta sa mga responders safely? Ayan. Paano yung mga facilities makaka-receive ng mga relief goods, or paano sila magiging protected from any other threat? Ayan. So, kailangan ng logistics. Movement of personnel and goods safely, swiftly, and yung main goal of that correct incident response would be achieved. That's the goal of logistics. Okay? And yun, finance administration, budget. All administrative costs, lahat ng repairs, kino-consider. Nagkakaroon kasi ng tinatawag na cost analysis. Kung saan, 'di ba? After every natural calamity. Di ba madunggan ninyo sa news na ing ani 4.2 billion ang damage sa ing aning bagyo, 1.2 billion, di ba? Am I correct? Di ba naghahatag og ing ana na information ang government? Yes, Mr. Dayaon?
Nakoy pangutanan sir ba?
Yes.
Kanang pag magpa-evacuate sir nya, dili ma-evacuate ang tao sir. Unsaon na nila sir?
Good question. Thank you. Ito yan. Regardless kung local rescuer, BFP, local government, or police ang magpa-evacuate or even ang kasundaluhan, the first consideration is public safety. Ginapa-evacuate ang mga civilians tungod kay naay threat. For example, bagyo. Pero kung dili jud mo sa ang mga tao, di jud mo evacuate or dili mo sunod. Yan. Legally, if you can ask a legal legal na point of view, hindi mo yan sila pwede maaresto because there's no legal basis of arresting a person on that situation. So kinahanglan jud na i-warn nila of that impending threat. Kung di jud na you need to force them. Yan. Hindi nila maintindihan pero kung ikaw ang responder, at least man lang ma-convince ninyo sila na mo evacuate because it is also for their safety. 'Di ba? Di daw sila mo evacuate kay dugay na daw sila nagpuyo dira. Di daw sila matablan. Sure oy. Tablan man gani ang Mindanao og linog bisan niingon na si Kibuloy na stop. 'Di ba? Galino gihapon. The same goes with other natural calamities. Kung sinabi ng government, evacuate kasi delikado. If you are the first responder, convince them. If they would not be convinced, yan, santong paspasan na lang. Pugso na jud na nimo sila. But not to the point na harason ninyo. Na. Okay? Does that answer your question?
Salamat sir.
Okay. So, back to the document yan. ICS position titles yan. Titles for all ICS supervisory levels and positions ay nasa table na nakikita ninyo. Yan. CIC or Incident Commander. Itong ICS na ito, itong mga titles na ito, can be applied to man-made situations such as hostage taking, terrorism, or even nasakpan mo sa inyong uyab na naamoy lain, 'di ba? Kinsa mahimong incident commander, ikaw na nag-two-time. Kinsa ang command staff nimo, pwede imong cellphone, pwede imong best friend. Section chief nimo tong isa nimo ka kabarkada, branch director ba na, division group, unit or yung task group nimo, mga kabarkada nimo. Uy, nasakpan ko na nakuy-lain, ana. Kinsa ang threat? Nanana sa inyo ha, kung inyong uyab or ikaduhang uyab. 'Di ba? So it's just almost the same yung point of view. Pero itong position titles na ito, this is actually standard. Yan. The lowest organizational element is the strike team or yung task force or task group kung medyo marami sila. Ang trabaho nila is to implement the plans and programs. Yung mga nasa taas nila, sila yung nag-authorize. Authorized by law to command and implement their mandates. Ayan, okay? So, that is for ICS position titles. Incident Management Teams or IMTs. Ayan. Ano ba yan sila? Okay? So, itong IMT is part of the Command and General Staff na kung asa, once they are activated during an incident, sila yung mga personnel na experts on that incident, and they would be the one to manage the whole incident. For example, hostage taking. Ang incident management team, meron silang mga members, or actually all of their members are known and experienced hostage negotiators or mga members ng tactical team such as yung SWAT, because they have the knowledge of the operation ng buong senaryo. Ayan, okay? So, yan. ICS Field Operation Guide, yan. It comprises or is applicable to the following incidents or crisis. That is, nangyayari sa Pilipinas. Typhoons, floods, earthquakes, tornadoes, na, especially kung kanang tornado, massive. Tsunami, yan, unsa ng tsunami? Yan, tsunami daw, yan. A tsunami is, yun, arising from the movement ng tectonic plates, especially yung water or sea-based, at gumagawa sila ng mga irregular patterns ng waves from bodies of water at nagkakaroon ng malawakang impact papunta sa mga bay areas or kadang sa baybayon padulong sa land. I think you understand naman that. Storm surge, mao ni ang wala nasabtan sa tibuok Pilipinas atong Yolanda. The reason bakit maraming namatay sa Eastern Visayas nung bagyong Yolanda, it's because they did not understand what the media was referring to that storm surge. Anyong storm surge? Na kusog og hangin, na light ang rain, pero ang bugso ng hangin at tubig masyadong malakas. Yan. To the point that it would somehow envelop or kanang sakupo na niya ang baybay. That storm surge. Hindi naintindihan ng mga taga-Eastern Visayas. Because they were confused. Wala na explain ni Kuya Kim of Taro. Na, to tell it honestly. Kaya merong mga tao na namatay dahil dyan. Misinformed or they lack the information. Yan. Volcanic eruptions, terrorism, man-made. Diba? Armed conflicts. For example, na may gera daw karon, it's in Maguindanao. As we speak, merong tension doon. Armed conflict. Siguro ilang gilalisan. Kinsa ba jud tong nanitsit sa lalaki daw katong tong bayot man daw to. Or anyway. So yun. Armed conflicts, hazmat or hazardous materials events. For example, niadto mo sa laboratory sa CCJE, gituyo ninyo bungkag ang isa ka chemical tungod kay wa mo gisultan na maguyab-uyab na. Unya gidamay ninyong CCJE. Na unya nag-spill. Unya delikado pa jud ang chemical, natalsikan ang mga laing students. Giapil pa ninyong professor. Hazmat events. Na. So you need a proper incident command on it. Yan. And other incidents such as itong CBRNE or CBRN, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear events. Ayan. Kung ayaw nyo girahin ng China, huwag nyong pag-isipan yan. Kung gusto nyong girahin ng China, maghanda kayo niyan. It's very dangerous. Yeah. And other incidents which could be natural or man-made at may tsansa ng malawakang damage such as fires, forest or urban fires, landslide, naku, and including epidemics or pandemic. So even sa COVID-19, kailangan ng stable and implementable na ICS. Okay? And ayun, other planned or unplanned events, di ba? Concert sa Twice or Blackpink or unsa ba ng K-pop group ba na? Kunya nay Stampede. Planned event tong concert pero na unexpected twist of event, yung crisis. So, kailangan pa rin ng ICS dyan. Okay? So, tomorrow, we will discuss about the legal basis of ICS sa ating bansa. We'll understand more on NDRRMC. And then, mauna, we would go further and further sa understanding nato sa incident management or incident command system sa Pilipinas. Okay? So, ayun, that is all for me this afternoon. Are there any questions? Yes, Mr. Makamay.
Sir, kanang say mostly na mga position sir or like sa incident commander sir ba kinsa yung gina-appoint niya sir mostly?
Unsay position?
Opo sir, like
Okay, good
secretary
question.
ba sa DILG or some DBTWH? Ano ganun sir?
Okay, good question. Okay, yan. I'll give you an additional point. Maganda yung question na yan. Okay, depende sa situation. Doon magdedepende rin yung sino magiging commander o yung incident commander. Yan. For example, natural disasters. Appeal sa mandate sa mga local chief executives such as mayors and governors na sila ang mahimong incident commander, de facto incident commander during natural emergencies or crisis sa ilahang jurisdiction. Di ba? So for example, agian og bagyo ang Region 11, God forbid, na, or somehow may tabo na pud tong Pablo. So ang mahimong ICS commander, incident commander ana, kung gusto natong dako, region-wide, siya yung either the city mayor, a designated city mayor, or provincial governor. Kung sa inyuhang munisipyo, automatically, ang mahimong incident commander is the mayor only. Mayor. Mayor lang jud. Unless kung na-jud siya'y excuse, na siya'y aides, di ay. So, ang vice mayor. Pero as mandated by law, yung local chief executive, especially pag city or municipality, na di pwede mo absent ng mayor kay pasakaan sila kaso dereliction of duty or actually negligence. Di ba? Na ibagyo niya ni absent si mayor kay nag-online sabong. Di ba? Pildi pa jud 50 times, di ba? Lugi ang kurakot, di ba? So, hindi yan pwede na mag-absent lang siya for any reason except kung life-threatening. Pero kung hindi life-threatening ang reason, ang mga local chief executives ang mandated na maging ICs sa kanilang mga jurisdiction. Okay? Does that answer your question?
Yes sir, thank you sir.
Okay, any other question before we leave? Wala. Wala na good. Sige. So, time check sa akin is 5:34. Ayan. So, ayan. Thank you for joining. Mga 16 kabuo. No, actually it's 20 students. So, thank you for joining in this session ngayong hapon. Hope that you have understood what I have discussed. And ayun, that is all for me this afternoon. 5:35 na ngayon. Thank you. And hope to see you on the next session tomorrow. Once again, salamat sa inyong pag-attend. And God bless. Stay safe. Mabuhay kayo kung kailan nyo gusto.
Thank you sir, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.